in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Wow. That's all I can say. A LibertySwap, OMG. Big news coming out of the gate for 2026 for LibertySwap, and we're gonna get into it all. Phantom Wallet to kick it off. It is pretty exciting. What else? MegaEth chain expansion as well. They are just keep surprising the upside. Their expansion is so far-reaching, guys. It's really important to understand where they're heading. If you guys are not in the strategy club, I highly suggest you get in there. The links are in the video description on YouTube and also pinned to the top there of X profile, and you'll be able to join up to the strategy club and get all the hottest intel in there and summations and insights that I will provide. So join up strategy club. Links in the pinned to the top of X. Whoop.com strategy-room. Get into there today. Just over $1 a day. Very good value, guys. Get in there. It is going to be pretty amazing. So I'm very excited about that. We're going to deep dive into the updates today on LibertySwap. We've also got, of course, CoinMafia coming up from Rack Michelle. We're very excited about that. He's reached out to a couple of white spots. What do you call it? White paper. I keep going white paper, but it's actually whitelist spots, and looks like one influencer's there. You guys are going to have to help me work out who it is, because I've seen them before, but I don't know who it is. So you guys are going to have to help me there. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy the show. We're going to get into the stock market, crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse Chain. We've got the monster thread, guys. Week 35 out. We're going to go through that at the end of the live stream. So I hope you guys enjoy that too. The monster thread, the hottest weekly news, 35 weeks of real excitement there. We're going to go through that too. So a big shout out to MBS Crypto out there, the editor-in-chief and the promotional lead of the Crypto Night Show. So big shout out there. All right, Sean O'Malley in house there. DM. And we got, it's a good day to be a PCock, says Sean. It certainly is. You got to have those feathers out, Sean. You got to have those feathers out. We got Matthew in the house there. What price do you think the pump can reach? The pump can reach. Well, you have to get in the strategy club for that, because I did give that well before the pump even happened. So you have to get in there at the moment. We will look at the RSIs though, Matthew, during the live stream. So there we go. There's a little bit of a teaser there. But do join up the strategy club today. Links in the video description on YouTube, and also a pin to the top of X there, the strategy club. Go through the Whoop store for that. We got Roof in the house. Roof. The roof is on fire. Hey, Kane, good to see you. Superman's in the house. He's back and roaring to go. Yeah, what a start. What a start to the year. I knew a lot was coming from LibertySwap, but man, they keep surprising to the upside, guys. It is very exciting. Anyway, make sure you take a second to hit the repost button for the show before we get all into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's kick it off with the stock market and see where we landed there for Monday. And see what's happened with, also obviously with the political volatility that's out there. Now, actually, there's probably a lot less political volatility in some ways, and because it's being managed correctly, and that's better than what we've seen in the past. So it's good news. Good news for us. We want a safe environment, even if it's a little bit of volatility to get there. It's a much better path forward. All right, so let's kick it into gear, and let's see where the stock market went overnight on Monday. I haven't even tied that in. That's my fault there. So let's get into it. Bam. There we go. Magic. Just like that. We've got the S&P 500 rides energy. Financials higher amid Venezuela shock. Obviously, Venezuela there with the biggest oil reserves. Now, it needs to be accessed, of course. US is going to go in there and build out with the energy companies and actually open up that oil fields. It's absolutely massive, the biggest in the world, bigger than Saudi Arabia. And that will be money back to the people, because at the moment it's hardly on, right? It's hardly turned on. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting there for the Venezuelans. We see a lot of Venezuelans around the world celebrating because the dictator has gone, right? Dictator's gone. And, of course, there's a lot of big issues there. Drugs being a big one, killing hundreds of thousands of Americans, just one of the key sources of supply there. And a lot of political playing with China and manipulation there at a United States almost front door, not quite, but almost the front door there. So some good things happening there, and hopefully the Venezuela people will be lifted up high there. We've got the Dow Jones at the moment is up 1.2%, so really big move there. 600 points to 48,977, so a great start to the year. We've got the S&P 500 up 0.2%, and that is 43 points. 43 points to 6,900, and we've got the Nasdaq up just over 2/3, up 160 points to 23,395. So a really good, nice start there, and very exciting indeed. Very cool. Look at that. US dollar at the moment 98.5, so not much change there. Still sitting around 98. Going to commodities, West Texas $58.34, up 1.8%. Brent oil kind of flat, $61.80. And of course, we're going to keep a lookout for that oil price, right, with the Venezuela, and that will take time, of course. But they come in pretty fast to do things like that. Some pretty high expertise US oil companies. Talking about Chevron and people like that. So we've got gold at the moment is up 3%, $130 to 4,460. That's going to win with a little bit of sort of issues. We got silver there at the moment up 7.7%, massive, $5.50, and that's at $76.50 there. So if you've got silver, very, very cool. And that's reached our initial target of $75. Remember that? We've been talking about that for like 18 months to 2 years, and that has reached the initial target there. So very, very cool. What else are we going to say? So Maduro there in the New York court, I think overnight, and the charges were presented. So that's going to be a bit of a process there, along with his wife. So keep a look out for that. There were a lot of celebrations for Venezuela people, particularly outside of Venezuela. And we no doubt there's going to be some sort of continued purge by the remaining Venezuela regime with some of the Colombians and some of the Venezuelans there who helped the Americans, kind of thing. We'll see how far that goes. There's going to be a lot of pressure there. So we'll see. Trump did say that they were going to be taking over the management of the country until a point that it is, I guess, cleaned out of a lot of drugs and stuff like that. But there also looks like there could be 2 or 3 other countries that are also high drug supply countries. So basically, this part of the strategy, there's many things going on here, of course, but one of the big things is that the major sources of drugs, they're going to the sources this time, rather than just dealing with the distribution, dealing with the recipients in the United States, and then distribution with boats and trucks and planes and things like that. They're actually going to the source to probably destroy a lot of the actual gang setups, a lot of the making of production of drugs, and that's going to have a massive blow. They're also drying out the supply of money, and this is when the cartels can actually start tuning in on each other, as well as the politicians, because the money's drying out, and so big moves are made within them. So you can see collapses happen from that money flow, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. Pressure is on, but long time coming, guys. Had to be done. Otherwise just allow evil to flourish, right? Evil just flourishes all the time, decade after decade, and you're going, how come people are dying of drugs, and how come we can't, all that sort of stuff, and it just keeps going. So it's probably good news from that point of view. And ultimately, the people of Venezuela and Colombia and other people will be better off. We got Luna in the house there. Hey, Superman and gang, good to see you, Luna. Big shout out. And Serge, thanks for reposting the stream. Appreciate that as well. We're just ramping up here during the show. All right, so that's kind of the highlights there at the moment. That's pretty much it. So not too much happening with the oil prices yet. And what we might see is that, if anything, oil prices come down with volatility, but come down once production is up. That's kind of the idea. That's further down the field, though. All right, so let's have a look at the interest rate cuts. We're counting that down. That's one of our 4 major things coming up that could cause volatility outside of any geopolitical risks. And that is 3 weeks and 1 day to go. So 28th of January, we got 70% of the market expecting a no change in rate cuts. Expecting a 25 basis point cut in rates, but that's too small at the moment. But we've still got 3 weeks to go, so we'll see how we get on there. 82% expecting no change. So that's one of our 4 issues. Remember the other issues, the Supreme Court and the emergency tariffs, the potential government shutdown again. Democrats tried to play that, although it's a midterm year. Maybe not a good idea. Didn't work out too well last year, but you never know with the Democrats. And of course, we've got So those are the three of them. What else we got? We got one other. I've just forgotten the name of it now. The interest rate cuts, did I say? Yeah, those three at least. So we got one other, but I just can't remember right now. So that is kind of the play. Let's move on and check out the crypto markets, shall we? And we're racing up to get to the LibertySwap news. So let's go to the markets there. So we got total crypto market 3.3 trillion, so up, decent amount now, 3.2%, but we're still a very small market cap on crypto. And let's have a look at Bitcoin at the moment, 94,291, so moving up real nice today. We had a small move, was it yesterday? A real strong move today, 3.4%, not bad. We have not double digits yet, but we're getting there. Ethereum at the moment up 3.4% at $3,245. We got the XRP up 12.2%, so a nice move on XRP. That's at $2.34. BNB up 2.4%, $914, I should say. Solana at number 6 up 3.9% at $139. Number 9 is Tron, down 0.4%, 29.25 cents. And then Doge there up 2.5% at 15.28 cents. Now, interestingly enough, Cardano there has flipped back. Figure Hallock, remember, got flipped for a few weeks probably, and ADA now is back at number 11, up 6.6% today at 15.4 million. But the gap between ADA and Doge is still very large. I remember they used to compete with each other, so there's a $10 billion gap there, pretty massive. Of course, Charles Hodgkin stepping down, I believe, for a while at least, so we'll keep looking out for that. All right, so the best performer in the over the last 24 hours has been XRP, up 12%. And the best performer over the last week, obviously, is also XRP, up 25.7% there. Top 100, we've got Render is taking number 1 spot, sitting at number 3 right now, but number 1 performer over the last week, 75% increase. We've got Pepe there, number 48, it's up 70% as well, so a strong move there for the meme coin. We've got the Bonk at number 99, up at 58%. Pump Fund there at number 79, up 38%, and Sue there, up 32% as well. So top 5 movers there, and we've got a couple of meme coins moving up, Pepe, Bonk, and Pump Fund there. Not bad. Top 1,000, we've got Infinity Fi is up 307%, so big move there. USCR up 90%, and Oxycoin there as well, up 70%. We'll have a quick look at Infinity Fi. It's up 300%, so let's have to see where that is. Number 303 ranked overall. Pretty big move there. Not sure, the chart's a bit awry, but let's have a look at the max chart. See what that's. So it's pretty awesome chart actually. It's obviously a stable coin, is it? $1, yeah. So I don't know why it's up 300% now. I'm trying to work that out. 24 hours. So but weird, isn't it? What is going on there? Not quite sure. All right, so let's go back to trending. We got Render at the moment. Bitcoin and XRP are trending right now overall. So there we go, guys. Let's quickly check our meme coins before we move on to the Bitcoin chart. And we're going to scroll down here and have a look at the meme coins. Interesting enough, stable coins at the moment sitting at 312 billion. Interesting enough, so we'll keep watching that number. What else there? We've got memes. Let's go look. Memes sitting at 53 billion right now in total value on CoinGecko. And how many meme coins? We had 6, remember? 6 that are a billion. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. So Bonk going into the billion class there. So 7 meme coins are in a billion. And will LibertySwap get in here? Will the good old PCock get in here? That's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to check that out later on. So we might move that over and talk about that later. Let's jump into the old Bitcoin and see where Bitcoin is over on the chart here on the monthly. Let's get rid of the overlays. And we can see we're looking pretty strong, aren't we? Getting ready for the next big move, 94,170. People calling big numbers like $250,000, the 400K pretty much, I think, for the end of 26. So keep a look out for that. We're setting up for that from the looks of it. Moving to the daily, we're in that death cross, starting to round up now. So we're starting to see that round up on the 50-day. Pretty cool. 50 day is 91,634. 200-day is at 100,271, and we're really climbing there. So hopefully we close it out, get a golden cross, and it's up and away, baby. January, February, March. Let's go. So that is a Bitcoin. Ethereum. Let's have a look at that next. Ethereum there. Oh, I thought I had actually already got the chart up, but we'll go have a look at the full chart. And Ethereum there. Let's get rid of the overlays. and we are sitting at the moment over the 50-month moving average. That's the yellow line. That is currently at $2,564. We are currently at $3,242, so well above, and we're looking pretty good. And of course, Ethereum really is the one that really hasn't had a big move. You know, you're thinking about gold and silver, stock market, Bitcoin, but actually, you know, Ethereum's still got a lot of room to move. And of course, we know the supply is sinking with the strategic ETH reserves, and you know, they're starting to stake now too, right? What do we call it? I think it was the Maven staking solution that Bitmine Immersion's got with Tom Lee, and they're starting to stake that. It will take about 70 days apparently to stake all their Ethereum. So yeah, it's game on, and they'll be earning millions a day, or $1 million a day. I think is going to be the total number once they get to 6 million coins. They've still got to buy about 1.8 million Ethereum or something. So yeah, game on there. What else are we going to say about this? That is where we are. So we're looking good in the old chart, and 2026 should be amazing for Ethereum. Tom Lee, of course, picking maybe 7 to 9K within the first quarter, and then by maybe the end of the year, or top of the cycle, 20K. But he's talking about, you know, 10-year play, and talking about somewhere between 60K at the current sort of I think the 2021 ratio to Bitcoin is around 20K, and then, or 60K, I should say, for network value. And then if Bitcoin gets 1 million, then we could be talking, you know, $250,000 Ethereum, right? So it could be pretty crazy, guys. Keep a lookout for that. All right, so that's at a 25% ratio, by the way, to Bitcoin. So some big numbers coming up. You just got to hodl. What a retirement, eh? What a retirement. All you have to do is hodl your Ethereum and sit back and relax for retirement, depending on your age and everything, but that's kind of the basic idea. We got Luna in the house. We got SMO in the house. Hey, Luna and everyone. Kelly. Lots of hearts there. All right, so that is kind of where we are. Let's go to the daily on Ethereum and check that out. Bam. We've still got the death cross playing out, but we're starting to turn a little bit as well, like Bitcoin, and we're busting above the 50-day moving average. 50-day at the moment is at 3120. 200 moving average at 3,354, and we're right in the middle there right now. And of course, this is actually a fairly shallow, I guess one might say, a fairly shallow death cross, right? Because it's kind of shallow, the gap between the 50 and the 200 day. Orange is the 200-day moving average, and so game on for this too. So setting up pretty nicely for Tom Lee's and Raoul Paul's bullish outlook. The other thing, of course, we had that liquidation event on the 10th of October last year that ran for at least 8 weeks, right? And you know, cleaned out the market. So yeah, time for the upside of the move. And of course, 2026 looking very bullish. We still have a couple of volatile variables like we mentioned earlier, but we've got everything lined up. Monetary policy, fiscal policy, economic policy, crypto policy is looking really, really good. Now, just to give you an idea of that, we've got Ethereum on exchanges is disappearing. So if we look at this chart, we can see when they started buying at, let's say, the beginning of June, for the majority of them, we were up at 20.5 million Ethereum, 20.5 million Ethereum, and we're all the way down now at 16.5. So huge. What's that? 4 million coins. 4 million coins disappeared off the exchanges now, and that is just part of the narrative there. And that can probably start ramping up again too, especially once we get more of the strategic ETH reserves buying up all of that. So kind of cool. So that is some of the cool stuff happening there. Now I will go through briefly some of the crypto policy that's moving forward in 2026. So we've got a few things, right? We've got market structure and policies. So the Clarity Act and similar bills, pushing through potentially around mid-January. So that could be about 10 days away. We could potentially get that moving on with the the Senate Banking Committee, I think it is. So we can get all that moving through this year. So that's really, really exciting, guys. And a lot of the stuff will probably play out in the second half, like in terms of regulations and being active, probably as early as the second half of this year. Particularly, but a lot of it landing in 2027 too. So you got to be very bullish about the next couple of years in particular around crypto, because all the stuff is playing out and has a delayed effect launching, right? But markets typically front run stuff, so that's kind of can feed the fuel to fire. So we've got a lot of market legislation like Clarity Act, We've got the Genius Act, of course, around stablecoins. We could see regulations as early as mid this year, 26. Obviously, it's got to take effect by January, so it's the earlier the dates. So yeah, we could see a lot of applications starting potentially by the maybe the second half of the year, maybe mid of this year, July, and then definitely into 27 there. So pretty exciting stuff there. We also got the CFTC, of course, doing a crypto sprint, so that's pretty exciting. We could see some really exciting things happening there. And that's going to, focus on spot crypto trading, tokenized collateral, and of course we know a lot of the TradeFi stock market SEC leadership there talking about massive, rampant tokenization of the stock market. So we're talking about not only financial products like money market products, but also companies' shares being tokenized on the blockchain. Could be very, very exciting. So we've got stable coins now, tokenization, and of course payment rails. All the big players like Swift, like Visa, like MasterCard, converging, trying to make partnerships with big players in the crypto market as well. So who's taking over who? TradeFi taking over crypto, or crypto taking over TradeFi? There's a bit of both going on right now. So that's going to be pretty exciting too. We're also expecting a lot of crypto tax legislation, particularly around the IRS in the United States. And so we could see stuff progressing there as soon as August this year. So that's coming up as well. We've also got a lot of SEC initiatives, including the Project Crypto Innovation Exemptions and Tax and a Token Taxonomy as well. So that's all coming up there. And of course, Paul Atkins is the chair of the SEC. He's leading all that stuff with Project Crypto. That's going to accelerate, of course, a lot of the stuff we just talked about around stablecoins, particularly tokenization of financial products and financial firms. In terms of corporates, general corporates, they're listed. So pretty exciting. Of course, a lot around innovation, which is perfect for crypto because we're kind of leading the innovation. Crypto is the new Wall Street, right? We're basically leading all the innovation. That's why we love tokenomics and other things like so much. That's very, very, very exciting. And of course, we're going to see many other things happening, not only in America, but at state level as well as around the world around crypto. So very, very exciting times, guys. And of course, one of the big ones will be what does the White House do with buying more Bitcoin, buying more altcoins? And so we're keeping an eye out on where that will go as well. So stay tuned. Lots in store with the old crypto policy. On top of course, having expansionary monetary policy, a new chair coming up by May. That will be monetary policy friendly, expanding the monetary supply, lowering interest rates, all that good stuff. And we're going to have obviously very good fiscal management coming out of the Trump administration around international trade, around the federal deficit, around the federal debt, which we know is huge, right? 37 trillion. So lots of cool things happening in all that space. Fine, we've got good management there, and we're going to see some impressive results. We've obviously also got really good economic policy, particularly with the tax bill last year. With 100% capital expensing, that's seen a lot of capital investment. Trump himself has broken all the records with the amount of capital for his first year in power, potentially around $21 trillion of investment. That's very exciting. And of course, that's all playing out already at the end of this year. We saw 4.3% GDP. And of course, we could end up getting to 5 to 6% GDP, and maybe even higher at the peak of this market coming up over the next 2 years. The golden age of America looking very good there. So, monetary policy, fiscal management, economic policy, and of course, crypto policies, as I just outlined, mega huge, guys. The golden age of America is coming. And of course, we've got this potential extended cycle from the 4-year cycle being broken in January, going in for at least some people are talking about 5.4 years. So that leads us right into 2027. So exciting times right through to mid 2027 there. We do have some volatile risk, of course. We talked about that midterms, the Supreme Court decision on tariffs, government shutdowns, interest rates being paused in January. Apart from that, though, everything is looking hyper bullish. So you've got to be excited about where that's all going. All right, so that's my preamble into Pulse Chain. Pretty big one, but hey, look, we'll get there. All right, let's pull up some of the Pulse Chain stuff. I just realized I've got a few things that are not quite up here yet, so we'll bring them all up. And we're going to get into LibertySwap. It is a mega story coming out of this year. You guys got to be excited. It's looking very exciting indeed. So we're going to get into all that with the old Pulse Chain. All right, let's do it. I like the video. Definitely smash the like button there. If you guys are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels: The Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and Pulse Chain X. And if you're also on X as well, smash the follow button there. I really appreciate that. We're rebuilding the channel, heading on the way up there. So if you just take a moment to do that, would be great. Once again, if you haven't joined our strategy club, you want to get all the intel. As I'm looking around the crypto market every day, if you're busy, it's great for you. If you're new to crypto, great for you. And I'm passing a lot of intel in there about projects, about blockchains, about education. And you definitely want to watch those. You'll be quite the pro once you've been watching that for a couple of months. So, and it's what better time than 2026, the year of the bull, not Bill, not Kill Bill, but the year of the bull. Bull. Damn accent. Damn Kiwi accent. That's awesome. I love my accent. But hey, look, bull. Even sometimes when I say words, it sounds like, I actually say bull. I say a bill. Anyway, we got some awesome stuff coming. Let's get into it, folks. Where are we going? We're going to the Pulse Chain chart. So let's do that. So Pulse Chain was a full system stake fork of Ethereum on the 10th of May 2023. It launched a couple of days later on the 30th of May 2023. Here we are 969 days later, and let's look at the results. So we got Pulse Chain at the moment, Quadruple 153, up 4.74%. So we'll take that. That's a decent little move today. We're sitting at 15% of the mean sacrifice price, so we're still on the lows, but that's a nice little move. Pulse HEX at the moment, Quadruple 124, up 3.3%. The buy and burn sitting at 8.36%. That's the buy and burn based on the public supply, excluding the OA accounts. We've got incentive token at the moment up 2.4% at 63 cents. HEX on Pulse Chain up 2.8% at 2800th of a penny. And EHEX is currently at 00096. Still hasn't lost that zero yet. And so what a deal right now. EHEX has been quite the deal because it's so cheap right now. So if you've been able to pick up massive volumes, congrats to you. And buying price at EHEX and PX sitting at 3800th of a penny. Man, what a deal HEX is at the moment. All right, so let's go to the gas prices. We got almost 300,000 beats today, so a little higher than normal, but still pretty low. We're sitting at 0.2 of a penny for a Pulse HEX swap, so that's the first time we've seen a 2 for a while. Let's have a look at the validators. 51,903. I think we're up just slightly on the validator numbers there. I think we were about 51,880 or something like that yesterday, if I remember rightly. You can go back. I didn't do a video yesterday, did I? 2 days ago was my last video. Yeah, I didn't do a video yesterday because I was inconvenienced at the time, so I'll just leave it at that. But we got Bridge at the moment. We're at 79.3 million at the moment, 79.3 million. So that's definitely up from the other day. Very, very cool. Now I do have a snapshot from a little while ago. So let's see what that was. It was 77.4, and that was on the 19th. So that's, what's that, 18 days ago. So 18 days, let's say, was that 2.5 weeks? 2.5 weeks ago, we're at 77.4. We're at 79.3. So we're up about 1.9 million. Is that right? Yeah, 1.9 million, guys. ETH back then was 6,035. We got 6,018. USDC was 16 million. We're at 16.1. So we're up 100K on the USDC. And DAI was 17.2. We're sitting at 15.9. So we're actually down quite a bit on the DAI, right? So about 1.2 million, 1.3 million. I think we have been seeing a couple of the large accounts that we seeing this year and last year that have been selling down the chart quite profusely. I think they've been exiting via DAI, so that's probably the reason for that. And the Crypto Soul's been covering that sort of stuff. USD Tether was 4.9, and we're at 4.8, so we're down about 70K or so on that one. Everything else is pretty similar except for the price values. All right, so that's kind of where we are on the old bridge. Looking at the top movers at the moment. Now, I tell you this, I kid you not. We've got LibertySwap here today. And man, when I first logged on, let me just change the. See, we've got a white banner there. Let me just change that on the crypto tickers. Let's see. Yeah, we've got it says dark mode, but it's just sometimes it gets wrong there. There we are. That's less distracting. So yeah, we've got LibertySwap here. When I first logged on today, obviously Kiwi time, LibertySwap was all the pools from number 1 to number 14 except for number 13. So it was 13 out of the top 14 pools were LibertySwap. Wasn't that crazy? Let's see where it is now. So we'll do the toggle. Oh, there it is. It's still like that, guys. So I did the toggle. I was untoggled. Untoggled. Do the toggle. It's like a dance. Do the toggle. So we're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 now, and then 16 down here at number 18. Have you seen such a thing? Have you? I don't remember. We're streaming here virtually every day, and I don't remember seeing something like this. And we know that LibertySwap is paired up, has like 230 pairs or so, plus or minus. And here we are. Look at this thing. It's almost like a comedy show. Almost like a comedy show today. That's pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. So up about the top pair. Let's go for the main pairs. We've got all these other pairs with UFO, PDC, and others. But let's have a look at the main pairs. There's 385k pool. It is a pulse pair, and it is up 32%. But some of the smaller pools are up, so very small pools are up 37%, but they're very small. But we're 32% today on the big pool. Let's have a look at the old PCock there, dominating, absolutely dominating. And look at that chart. Look at that chart, guys. Let's get rid of the overlays. But look at that chart. Wow. So 4-hourly chart. We're hot on the RSI. So people were asking about where the price might go. Well, we're pretty hot on the RSI right now at 85 on the 4-hour. 4-hour is the trading view, the trader's view. And we're in overbought territory. But look where the chart got to today. So let's go to the hourly chart and just see how that evolved there. But look at that race away. And suddenly we got volume only a couple of hours ago, guys. This only all happened in the last sort of 3 hours. And really, it was already creeping up, as you can see, for the last couple of days. But man, it raced all the way to a new all-time high. So not on the US dollar price, so I'm going to be careful with that. But it is up on a local high, let's say, of almost 1.7 cents, I should say, almost 1.7 cents. Pretty amazing. It's come back down to just below 1.5 cents at the moment. But let's have a look at the magic. So let's go to the weekly chart. And you can see that's where we are with US dollar price. Obviously, Pulse Chain's down dramatically since we had the all-time high, which was sitting at 2.83 cents. In fact, I think intraday it hit just around the 3 cent mark intraday, but 2.83 here on the weekly chart. And we're currently at about 1.5 cents, so we're about half, let's say, of the all-time high. So still a long way to go with the US dollar price. But we've got, look at the pulse ratio, guys. This is crazy. So we're going to go to the daily again. We're going to look at the pulse ratio. Look at this. It rallied absolutely hyper pumped, and it went to a new all-time high, not just a local high, new all-time high ratio to pulse. 1,123 was the high. It's just come back the last hour or two, and we're down at 977 right now. Now, the RSI rallied all the way up to about 91, so well overbought on the ratio there, and then it's come back to 74 there, and it's sitting at 977 right now. Did have a little dip down here to 933, so we'll see where it goes from here. Typically, it might come back down towards that that mark, so we'll keep a lookout for that. There's still slightly overbought here, but let's go to the weekly chart so you can see that that ratio. So the ratio to pulse tells a lot about the strength of the project, where it's actually going. And of course, if pulse recovers, then up and away, right? US dollar price gains are mad if you're in the right project. You still got to be in the right project, but that is the play. And so the chart's looking very, very good here. It has on the weekly here with the pulse ratio gone into slightly overbought. So we might see a bit of a chill here. But if you want to find out, the prediction there, jump in the strategy club, right? Strategy club's there, and we've got a forecast there. So that is the play right now. That is the play. So let's see where we're headed here with a bit of consolidation. And strategy club links in the video description. The links pinned to the top of X. Join up today if you want to see some of that. So kind of cool. That is where we're at right now. You can see we're above all the moving averages as well. 50 day is in 50 days in yellow, and the 21-day there is also in the turquoise there. So that's pretty cool. But isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful chart. Looking really good. So what's some of the news? Let's get into it. Since it's dominating all these pools, look at this, dude. It's almost a comedy joke. That is crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That's the trending there, guys. The last 24 hours. Pretty amazing stuff. Is there anything else down there? Is there any other PCocks that have popped up? Definitely, there's a lot. There's, what do we say, 15 pairs there, I think, that we can see. So pretty crazy stuff. Let's jump over to the big news, because we had some big news. Let's get into that. And I'm going to scroll all the way back to today's updates so that we don't miss anything. So big shout out to the LibertySwap team. So let's jump here. I think we got up to here. So this is kind of when we started seeing some of the flowing of the news. Get into the chat there if you guys have got any opinions about that. It'd be great to see your comments. If you're on X, those comments show up as well, which is kind of cool. But look at us. We got Dr. Pegger. Dr. Pegger here. He's got breaking: LibertySwap officially recognized and supported by Solana's biggest wallet provider, Phantom Wallet. Now, if you guys have used Phantom Wallet, it's a pretty nice wallet on Solana. And if you guys have been on X1, you may have been a wallet you were using early on. Pulse Chain is integrational and revolutionary tech, so you can sort of see there. So you got the Phantom.com, you got the download, and then you've got underneath here Open LibertySwap Finance. So pretty cool. LibertySwap is a privacy-centric, intent-driven, non-custodial cross-chain exchange tailored for the Pulse Chain ecosystem. LibertySwap enables users to send, swap, and bridge assets across multiple blockchains while preserving anonymity. So pretty cool. So that was very exciting, getting a lot of excitement there. Now, I'm not sure if we got any comments about that from LibertySwap. Let's a quick look. That's a solid signal, says Emmett. Big shout out to Emmett Farms. All right, so let's scroll back up here. We got a few other reposts as well. Your friend Somi, he's in the house, and he goes, breaking: Pulse Chain LibertySwap officially recognized and supported by Solana's biggest wallet provider, Phantom. The stars are aligning. And he said in hilarity, he said Pulse Chain is down 2% on the great news. Yeah, we got used to that a little bit, haven't we? Although we did see that the Pulse Chain is now up about 4 or 5%, wasn't it? 5%, was it? 4%, something like that. So pretty cool, and getting some good engagement there. That's reposted by LibertySwap. And then we got the good morning. So this is only 7 hours ago. So give you some context. Remember, we've been pumping. PCock's been pumping the last couple of hours, and we got LibertySwap here. Says good morning. Our swap information with LibertySwap V2 contract and interface have been published on Phantom Wallet. So that was the big news there. Their V2 contract, which they just rolled out just before the end of last year, and interface have been published. So you got the interface as well, published on Phantom Wallet. Make it easy for Solana users to get their access to Pulse Chain via new and upgraded contracts. So opens up a whole new world there. Very, very cool. A wave of new features and listings is coming to LibertySwap this weekend. So a wave of new features and listings is coming to LibertySwap this week. So there's more to come. There is more to come, and they can't be understated, right? Can't be understated. So very, very cool. So we are expecting this. I think people, you've really got to keep your very close eye on LibertySwap, because the ecosystem is going to be so big. Multiple blockchains, multiple tokens, multiple privacy tools, multiple trading tools, multiple platforms that's going to be promoted. It's going to be very, very large. And of course, it's sitting right there in the river flows. There's the river flows there. And of course, it's got lending coming, staking coming, lots of things, meme coins, pump tires. I mean, it's going to be quite extensive little tentacles going out there. So pretty impressive stuff there. And this is the opening salvo from the beginning of the year. These guys are onto it. So very cool there. All right, so let's scroll back up here. Then if that wasn't good enough for getting about the Phantom Wallet, and of course teasing us about new stuff that's coming, LibertySwap says, just posted up there, an early member. LibertySwap is an early member of MegaForge. We are deploying our contract on MegaEth mainnet and expanding Railgun privacy routes and public routes to MegaEth. So, this is going to become the dominant. Remember, I don't know if you saw yesterday, at least in the monster thread, we'll talk about that later, but they're going to have this multi-chain unified privacy pool for trading. It's insane. Think about it. It's like, it's the holy grail. Very, very cool. And so, MegaEth is a high-performance Ethereum Layer 2 solution backed by Vitalik Buterin. It aims to become the first real blockchain with massive scalability, exceeding 100,000 TPS per second and achieving sub-millisecond latency by transforming Ethereum into a true execution layer, connecting Pulse Chain to the world there. So very, very excited about that. Very, very cool. Insane, amazing news, says the Just the Pulse guy. Amazing indeed. So kind of cool. Is MegaEth live, says Prince. Can't find on deck screen. And they go, mainnet went live recently, so developers are rushing to deploy their applications. There is no mainnet DEX yet, and it is open for competition. They also have a group called MegaForge, where developers communicate and work together. So there we go. There's a bit of background there. Very, very exciting, guys. Then we had, after that, if that wasn't enough, they had another announcement. We're excited to announce that our protocol is now listed on Web3 privacy, which is pretty cool. and supporting the Web3 privacy mission and the growth of global Web3 privacy ecosystem. Being listed early allows us to strengthen visibility, adoption, and all key metrics together. Very, very cool there. So that is Privacy Web3. So some big announcements today from the team. And of course, this is really, not only is it about liquidity, about new people, it's also about privacy. And of course, being that ultimate privacy layer, especially when, a lot of, so-called progressives countries are looking to monitor you, control you, and all that. So privacy going to become a very sought after commodity in crypto. And ironically enough, with the crypto market taking over more of TradeFi over the next 2 years, it's pretty good timing there. So that is from LibertySwap. So 3 big announcements there. Very cool. 5 hours ago, this is why Pulse Chain is headed in the right direction consistently, always. Richard was right, so there we go. And of course, it looks like very much the vision of Richard Hart being fulfilled, right? So Vitalik literally saying exactly what RH has been saying and exactly what ProveX and Pulse Chain is. So obviously, Vitalik there talking about privacy, and game on with the old Pulse Chain and LibertySwap leading the way there. All right, so let's move forward here with some of the other updates. I'm going to scroll past that. Ghost says, this is his opinion, he goes, PCock is absolutely primed to moon in 2026, sub 15 million market cap. Well, what is the market cap right now? Let's have a quick look. We've got a market cap of 12.7 million right now. And of course, we were going to look at see where PCock was at, right? We're at 1.5 cents right now on the chart there. So let's go have a look on CoinGecko and see where it is. Because obviously, if we're on a journey, if PCock's on a journey to $1 billion meme, that's just another thing that puts Pulse Chain on the map, right? Having $1 billion meme coin on a chain, pretty impressive. Let's see where we're at. So we're at 1,488. Remember, I think a couple of days ago we were at 1,550 or something. So we're down about another 70 spots at the moment with this pump. How high will it go, guys? It's 1488. I think when we saw it at 3 cents spent when Pulse Chain was much higher, it was sitting at around about 1150 or somewhere in that ballpark, was from my memory. So man, this thing could get exciting. Once it goes sub 1,000, man, the game's on, isn't it? And it can all happen pretty fast, guys. All happen pretty fast. And of course, if we've got diamond hands, relatively diamond hands, and liquidity's thickening up, and we've got bigger players coming in, it all works in the right direction. So yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. And already, of course, PCock's dominating, other meme coins from the RH memes, like most tokens. So yeah, it's game on. Fueled with all these expansions and fees that are in. It's going to be pretty exciting. We got Craig Alex in the house there, says like the video. Definitely like the video. We got Craig Pitt as well. Morning, Superman and everybody. Pumped for 2026. You got to be pretty exciting. What a start to the year. And we got some, was it Liberty Lady? Lady Liberty? Yeah, it sounds better. Lady Liberty there leading the way. So PCock's absolutely primed for moon in 2026. Sub 15 million market cap. Fear launched at 15% plus. Supply already burned. Officially adopted as Pulse Chain's mascot by LibertySwap. And that's officially, right? So we saw that the other day as well, confirmed. Only HODL and burn support. Now supercharged with Railgun's ZK privacy breakthrough, unifying anonymity sets across chains for true cross-chain shielded payments. And that's the big deal, right? So if you take one key takeaway, that's the real key takeaway there. Pretty amazing. Solving the biggest privacy gap in crypto while running on Pulse Chain's fastest, cheaper fees. Should Doge Peppy hit billions on pure meme hype, PCock has the viral PCock energy and real utility. 6,000 diamond hand holders. And we have seen pretty good holdership in the PCock. And, we'll see whether we get, an investment class meme coin that hits $1 billion on Pulse Chain. Obviously, if you're out there holding PCock, are you going to hold? Are you going to diamond hand all the way? Or are you going to take your 1x or your 2x's and then hive off to Jamaica, man? or is it more said Venezuela? Venezuela off to Venezuela. I'm going to get crushed by MV Johnson now for my so-called Venezuelan accent. But I didn't know what a Venezuelan accent sounds like, so that was just me guessing. But what do you got? Solving the biggest privacy gap in crypto while running on Pulse Chain's fastest, cheaper fees. Obviously, will we get to that $1 billion coin? We'll see. And of course, volume spiking hard in the privacy narrative about to explode. This is your 100 to 1000x setup, it says. Load up now before the FOMO train leaves the station. So there we go. That's from Ghost Trader there. So pretty bullish. All right, so let's jump up. Let's keep moving. This is 3 hours ago now. PCock holders will receive a ZKX. So we had those three big updates, right? And now we've also got the update, which we've had before, but just a reconfirmation here of the ZKX airdrop, guys. If you're holding PCock, you're going to get ZKX. So you're going to get more love. So you got potentiality for Mincoin to pump, but you've also got this airdrop coming that could also do pretty spectacular with the lending protocol. So the lending protocol will use PCock as collateral, guys. So if you got diamond hands, now you got PCock collateral. You got these airdrops. You got lending, leverage. Man, it's just building on itself. And man, where how high will we get here on the old CoinGecko with the old PCock there? So we're 14.88 now. What will we be in a month's time, in 2 months' time, 3 months' time, 6 months' time, 9 months' time, 12 months' time, 18 months' time? I mean, come on. It's going to be fun to see. And, if people find out, PulseChain's got one of the top 10 meme coins, and maybe there's 10 coins by in 6 months' time that are worth $1 billion, and one of those is PCock. Also, just another big catalyst for PulseChain that will attract capital. Once you have success, it breeds more success. And we've just got to get over that threshold, right? Just got to get over that threshold. And this is the early seeding of that potentiality becoming realized. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. That's great. All right, let's get excited. I'm excited. You guys are excited? I'm excited. The devs are deving. They say the devs are deving. Kind of cool. Let's get into it. So not bad. Ready. The ZKX wallet, for goodness sake. That's what they got their name anyway. Work faster, indeed. All right, so pretty exciting. That's coming up for PCock holders. Is the old airdrop there. We got OXG says, good morning, PulseChain. Well, most of the market is still rubbing its eyes. Real moves are happening quietly. LibertySwap just dropped a big one. V2 contract and interface now live on Phantom Wallet. Solana users can bridge over gasless and secure in a few clicks. And that gasless thing, that's part of the future, right? And secure. Very cool. And that's not all. A wave of new features and listings coming this week. This isn't hype. This is access expanding. More access, more users, more volume. Trinity stronger. And of course, there's related tokens there: Zero, Zen, and PCock. PCock is spreading its wings. A new flock is forming. If you're a guardian, you're already feeling what's building. If you're new, welcome to Real DeFi. No backdoors, no permissions, just freedom. Who's bridging today? So pretty exciting stuff happening there. That is pretty much that. So kind of cool. Let's jump back up here. What else we got going? We got Moose here 2 hours ago. PCock versus Pulse looks ready for a gigasend. A gigasend there. So if you're very hyper pumped, LibertySwap send it to $55.55. There's some aspirations there. LFG, see you on the moon. That is from LibertySwap there. So pretty cool. At the moment, PCock there moving back up. Let's go to the hourly chart here in the old PCock. We're going to get rid of the overlays. And look at that. It's coming on the move back up here. Are there believers out there? Are there believers there? But like, if you guys, did you see episode 7 of the Chronicles from Pulse of the Fallen? We're going to check that out with the old hog later on. But they said believe at the end. That was the big thing there. Do you believe? And so here we are, believing. All right, not just in believing, but believing. All right, so kind of cool. Everything on the move there. We've got a lot of couple other reposts there about the bullish price. And here was an interesting one, and because this is one they've been a bit more quiet on, guys. This was something. Remember, they were leading with this early, like last year, maybe was it October or something, and they were talking a lot about pump tires. Like if you stake PCock, you get meme coin airdrops. Remember that? Now we haven't heard anything about that, so I just wonder whether they just put that on the side, waiting for the right time. These guys have got so many things in the fire here, and I just wonder whether that's coming out later on. So yeah, we might get this ZK airdrop. But what else is going to be happening with these meme coins? That could be surprising. You could imagine a FOMO when people are getting top tier tokens, whether they're on PulseChain or otherwise. Very, very exciting here. It is clear that the third wave of pump tires is closer than ever. PCock leads the wave. So I'm just not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. But it's pretty crazy. What do we got? Hold on tight. We're about to fly. That is LibertySwap there. Just trying to see. So some interesting questions around that, right? Up only, says Sean. Up only indeed. All right, so that's coming from LibertySwap. So keep a lookout for that. What else there? Jojo says not even a week into 26 and we're flying. LibertySwap and their prodigy, the Sun PCock, going to give us the top 100. The time is now for Polskins. Choose which projects you really believe in and want to support. That's right. So, I've talked about this some time that, PulseChain needs a good maybe half a dozen minimum, if not a dozen good investable coins so that we can build a big foundation for Pulse Chain, where we have a more investable, more mature investment class. You still have a lot of the big upsides as always, but just a bit more supportive, a bit more solid, rather than just dumping and pumping and dumping and pumping and all that sort of stuff, which is fine. We're always going to have that in crypto, but we do need to get part of the chain needs to offer some real investable products. And so it looks like we're heading in the right direction with the old LibertySwap leading the way, the king of the movement, as we say. So pretty fun there. Coming up from there, so kind of cool. What else we got here? Pulse Chain News, they're pushing it out as well. Not bad. We've got Zach out there with the old PCock chart. So that's the latest updates, folks, for LibertySwap. So mega news. We had three new pieces of news and one reaffirmation there around the airdrop there, and maybe a bit of a teaser as well with the old pump tires. So pretty exciting there. Now, Dirty Crypto here, this is being re-commented on, but this was their roadmap that they had, about expansion. And so we're excited about that. So we've got some cool comments happening now. Just going through a few of these because sometimes you get a few extra pieces of info. Let's see what else we got down here. They are losing all the PCock. Pulse Chain PCock is becoming the household name for innovation. So lots of stuff happening in the space there for PCock. At the moment, this is the price, 1.543 cents. What's really interesting to me is the pulse ratio, and that made a new all-time high today of 11.23. We're currently back at 1,009. So we'll keep a look out there. The RSI is hot, so we'll see what happens in terms of consolidation there. But man, the outlook is looking super bullish for the old PCock. And we look at the weekly there, no change. So that is pretty much it. Let's jump back into the rest of the pools. That is our coverage of PCock and LibertySwap. Massive news, and I think there's just more coming. They said more coming this weekend. I don't know what happens when you just keep putting fuel on a bonfire. This gets bigger, doesn't it? So let's keep a lookout for that. All right, next coming up, we got any other tokens here? We've got Pulse Guy sitting at number 15. That is tied into PCock, of course. That's up 32%. Zero Trust also tied into PCock. That's up 31%. So, PCock dominating all the way down there to number 17. That's it. PCock, PCock. Pretty crazy. Zendog, number 18. That's tied into PCock too. So, 18. And now we've got 9mm. So, 9mm, we've got our DEX here, the second biggest DEX. That is up 11.6%. Let's have a look at 9mm. And we need more DEXs, unless there's a room for, I think, another one or two big DEXs. And I think there are some DEX, what am I trying to say? Decentralized exchanges that there's models that haven't been done that are Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail model has not been done. So if you're a dev out there, you want to find out what I'm talking about, hit me up, because we're holding it tight to the chest, the concept. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, we're sitting here on the old price here. There's the weekly chart on the old 9mm. These guys have been delivering, right? They just keep giving. I think it's been about $20,000 plus or minus in revenue share every month. They had the NFT get sold out, all that sort of stuff. They're doing their promotions, so they've been a good, reliable, quality, investable kind of DEX on Pulse Chain. So we have PulseX, we have 9mm, we have a few other little ones running around. We have a couple of Bouncer Forks, etc. But these are the heavyweights, right? Then we have aggregators on top of that, right? And so, yeah, we got 9mm there delivering. So kind of cool. That's the protocol. Then we got the DApp here as well. So a quick look at that. That is the DApp, is it? Yeah. So that's it. Everyone's favorite DEX. Kind of cool. Got some stats. So yeah, stats there. 4.425 million TVL is the stats there. Volume 145K. Big moves there. Obviously, the Richard Hart cause on a move there on the old DEX. Kind of cool. But let's go have a look at their X count, shall we? Let's be a bit nosy today, and we'll get rid of the old all that, and let's have a look at just to show you some of the stuff they've been doing. And it's been a really good team. So let's pull that up. Just doing their thing. They've got the NFTs, which is cool. They're multi-chain too, aren't they? V2, V3 DEX, NFT rewards, OTC desk, and aggregator, all revenue sharing compatible with all EVMs. So, what's not to love, right? What's not lot to love? All right, so even they've got their own good morning. Good morning. The last time was the 26th. They're obviously on holiday there a little bit. but they've been doing really amazing, right? So they've also moved to their fee distribution being done by Merkle Root or Merkle Tree. Kind of cool. So claim within 30 days or forfeit. So if you don't claim, you lose it. I guess it goes to other people, right? I guess it goes to other people. We're fully transitioned. So this was their, what have they got here? Glocked in on the new claim there. We've fully transitioned to an active Merkle Tree distribution model across all supported chains for our 9mm, OG NFT, and little pussycat NFT holders. So we got that going on. Why active passive airdrops are deprecated. A quick connect and claim transaction secures your primary, secondary revenue share rewards. The buffer rewards accumulate daily for a generous 30-day window. You must claim at least once every 30 days to avoid forfeiture. Important update if you are seeing a not eligible message, etc. We'll go jump past that. But very exciting. So not bad, not bad. So these guys are doing it with the old revenue share, and I think it's been around about 20,000. Obviously, if values go up and down a lot, it's going to move around, but that's kind of the play at the moment. Of course, it's being market cap is only 900k, and it's once Pulse Chain really rallies, this thing's going to hyper pump, right? So that is where we are right now. Not bad, and of course those revenues will go up and away. So that is the old 9mm, and if we look at the exchange right now in terms of volume, it's doing 637k, but we have seen it doing, when we're really rallying with volume, into the millions. So we'll keep a lookout for that. By comparison, PulseX is doing 4.6 million at the moment. All right, so that is some of the cool stuff there. Isn't that beautiful to see all the peacocks there, Ron? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. How many days in a row are we going to see that sort of thing? Is this going to be, are we going to see more days like that? It could be pretty crazy. We've got Tyndall in the house. Big shout out. Thanks for the repost, man. Appreciate that. And Happy New Year. We got Investor in the house, $1.84 at the moment. OG Web Chef's grandparent. This is like the first dog, was it? The first top dog. Up 11% today. Solid X making a bit of a comeback, up 10.4%. Now, we did see on Telegram a update from Firewell, and he's sort of, I guess, in some ways parked things, but he's looking like he's giving some support to the tokens, and has been operating his non-crypto businesses, from what I understand, which are pretty profitable, he indicated. So we'll see whether when he comes back. He's kind of indicated that could be happening later on in 2026. He's just recomposing himself and focusing on his real world business, and maybe bring a lot of capital back in. So it's kind of, I think, the general gist of what he said. But that's kind of it. Hopefully it's not Chinese whispers or anything, but I think that's kind of the general gist there. Interesting stuff. We've got Pump Ties at the moment, up 10%. That's sitting at quarter of a penny right now. That is the main token for Pump Ties. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether this gets a pickup, given what LibertySwap was talking about, Pump Ties, third wave. We shall see. But at the moment, that's pretty much cheap on the bottom of the lane there. We obviously have competition coming from Pump Tires. Obviously, we've got CoinMafia coming, which we're pretty excited about, right? There's a lot of highly anticipated with CoinMafia, very different tokenomics, and it's not just one chain, but over 375 chains. So there's a lot going on there. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see that. We've got DevC at number 25 right now, up 8%. Vouch, no one validated on Pulse Chain. Now, we're going to check out the monster thread in a couple of minutes, but we also got the Plus X ecosystem. Now, Voucher's got about 5,000 validators, so it's about just under 10%, maybe 9% of the validators in existence. But the Validator X product from Plus X has over 4,000. So between them, it's like 9,000 out of 52,000 validators. It's pretty impressive, right? Pretty impressive. So we do have some pretty big offerings where you can participate in validating on Pulse Chain. And that's the more conservative side of the chain, of course. Obviously, Pulse Chain has been in this downtrend. Hopefully, we're going to get an uptrend in 2026. And so you could ride it back up the other side. And, of course, have the potential upside with the conservatism of validators. Now, obviously, if big validators leave, they can impact the amount of validators and things like that. But that is kind of where we are at the moment. So pretty impressive there. We've got Vouch here, number one. Nice little price rally here on the daily over the last 6 days here on the old Vouch. Now, Vouch is also getting some love, or at least it got some love on the 31st from the True DeFi, which is kind of becoming kind of the internal institution of the old Pulse Chain, buying up top-tier protocols. their earn yield, and this is Vouch right now. So I'm not exactly sure where they've been going with Vouch at the moment, but definitely they came in on the 31st here from the looks of it and bought out some Vouch. So they're using that and going into Emmet Farm, doing a few other strategies there. So it'd be great to get the the True DeFi team back on the show now that we're post-launch to talk about their management in that regards, because that's exciting. What we call them, they're not hedge fund managers, but they're doing stuff. So let's get into it. So we got UFO at number 27 at the moment, up 7%. Top Hat from Crypto Coffee, he's up 7% right now. And so that's doing pretty well. It's also tied into PCock quite a bit too with the old some of the pools. We got the Sacrifice pool here, one. This is from that was backed up by B Roots and Ian Einish and others. That is still sitting there at the moment, up 6%. UFO is up 6% as well. Bria is up 6.6. Now we're expecting some exciting things for the old Bria community. Obviously, with Coinwell and Coinaki coming up, may get a bit of a lift with CoinMafia as well. Obviously, all part of Rack and Michelle's ventures, crypto ventures, which he's been looking to launch for some time, and it's great to see it come to fruition. It's really cool to see that. Jen, his wife, of course, is going to be CEO and overarching the umbrella company. But yeah, very exciting stuff happening here. So Bria, keep a lookout for it as well. So kind of cool. Let's have a got a pulse ratio at the moment on this, because it's already been rallying, right? Yeah, it has. Look at that. I mean, it's already been creeping up on you guys. You guys are looking that way, sleeping. It's been creeping up. It's number 20 pulse, almost 21 pulse. Recently been as high as almost 26 pulse per Bria. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. That's kind of where we are right now. What else we got going? Let's scroll down here. Got some Richard Hart calls. Got PCC the Greys. Got Liquid Loans up 6%. Another OG Web Chef here, the world's greatest PDI printer. It had PDI up 5.7%. I don't know if there's much of a narrative around PDI at the moment until maybe LibertySwap does this kind of intent / layer zero technology. So we'll keep a lookout for that. We're going to keep an open mind, but not a lot happening in that space for the PDI at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But Sparta in here at the moment up 5%. The PGC the Greys sitting at number 40, ranked number 40, up almost 5%. So these are pretty much all these are around where Pulse Chain is at, right? So they're not really beating up Pulse Chain. Let's quickly go to Pulse Chain again, see what that percentage is. 4.9%. So anything kind of over 4.9% is kind of doing outbeating Pulse Chain at the moment. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So PTC the Greys, almost 4.9%. So we've got about 40 coins that are beating out Pulse Chain today. The rest of them, 60% of the coins on the trending, top 100 trending, are not at the moment. Unity sitting down here with Pulse XPs up 4%. We've got HEX at the moment up 4%. Soil Sun Minimil up 4% here, sitting at 5.7%. Now, Soil Sun Minimil, of course, a shame. It's really sad, but it is going to Solana. They're probably sitting on a massive treasury. I don't know. I mean, I could do some calculations and probably get in the ballpark, but let's just say, I don't know, where we're at the end of the year. I mean, it could be $20 million plus dollars sitting in that buy and burn kitty. I'd have to net off what they've already put in to the buy and burn, but massive amount of money that could potentially come to Pulse Chain. It looks like it'll probably go into Solana now. So that's kind of the play there. We've got Hexavator announced it. Hey gang, we'll be sleeping well on. I'll be sleeping well on Bria. Yeah. Well, I told you to pick some up. You got to pick some up, but you're sleeping on it. I didn't tell him to do anything. No financial advice. All right, so that's kind of the play there. What else we got going? We got Curve at the moment sitting at number 57, up 3.4%. Atropa from James Marie up 3.3%. A DAO token. We talked about obviously LibertySwap being potentially the $1 billion meme with the utility backing of the ecosystem, and then we've got these other top tier tokens like DAO token that's up 3% right now, but they don't have all that revenue drive right behind it. We've got a lot of rich hard cores coming all the way down here from number 63 all the way down to number 70 with the old HEX, Pulse HEX, and INC. Number 72 is GoPulse, up 2.7% at the moment, sitting at 6.2 cents, not too bad. ALGO, the HEX derivative, waiting for HEX to fire. That's up 2.7% there. Swarm token is up 2.6%. So we've got a few little mini movers there. And we got 78 coins that are over 2% at the moment. So 78, and that's finishing on with UFO. Funny enough. So that's pretty much it. Most wanted, another one of the top tier meme coins, only up 1% today. Emmet Farms is just chilling right now. And of course, we've had True DeFi, which I need to bring up in a minute. So we're going to do that. but True DeFi there is been doing a lot of investment in the old Emmett, so we're going to check that out in a minute. So that's kind of cool. Oh, the old Emmett farm sitting pretty solid, just below $2 right now. So that's looking good. James Maria Teddy Bear sitting up just slightly green today. We got PMX in the middle there too, up slightly green. So we've got 90 coins out of 100 green in US dollar terms at the moment, but only 40 of them above Pulse chain, above Pulse. The ones that are kind of losing at the moment, we've got Toucan, launched 2 days ago. It's down 31%. SCADA from Nuke the Supplies, down 10%. P Tiger from a Crypto Tiger God, the influencer, is down 9%. Let's have a quick look at that one. Yeah, that is. It looks like it's going to roll over again, doesn't it? It does look weak. The RSI is down pretty low, but not fully oversold. So yeah, it's definitely looks like it could test that 0.2 of a penny again. Yeah, that's interesting, man. If it breaks that, guys, it's if it breaks 0.2 of a penny, whew, it could go to 1/10 of a penny. I mean, it's looking. The RSI's got a bit of room, but yeah, it's dicey. He's doing his best. He's trying his best last time. I haven't looked at anything of this the last couple of days, but he was, streaming all the time, doing good stuff. I mean, you can't, that's all you can do. Panda X also down 6% at the moment. Let's look at that. So Panda X, that's down today. This is the daily candle on that. So to 3,800 of a penny, coming down from 4,200 of a penny right now. So I don't know. I haven't got the RSI on that, but question marks over that now, I would say. So that's kind of the play. That is what's trending. Let's get into the project update, shall we? We'll do that, and let me bring up the old True DeFi to kick it off, and then we're going to get into Rack and Rochelle's CoinMafia. We're excited about that, and of course, then we're going to get to Monster Thread, guys. Monster Thread. So let me go find the old update here from Neil Faticia's there with True DeFi leading the way. Now, I don't think we've seen anything from Vouch 369. We've got a lot of projects we're looking forward to. We know that Tetra demo is out there at the moment, so we're excited about that. Yeah, we will see. We will see. What else there? We got Crypto Dan in the house there. How's Tetra doing? Well, the demo is out, Dan. If you're not aware of that, the Tetra demo is out for a month, and then it's going to be commercial, I think, basically from the beginning of February is my guess. So that is out, and then Signum is going to probably not launch too far after that. And then, of course, hopefully we'll get a PUSD ALGO update on the back of that. So maybe February is my guess. I haven't checked. We might try and do that today while we're in the live. We've got Diamond Hands in the house. That we are so back. We are so back there. That's worth a magical twinkle there. All right. Very nice. All right, so welcome everybody. And if you're watching, we're only an hour and 7 minutes, so we're actually doing a pretty full show right now. We are going to go through the Monster Thread, so that's going to be a decent amount of time. If you haven't reposted the show, smash the show around there, folks. If you haven't joined this YouTube, we're on 3 YouTube channels: the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and Pulse Chain X. And smash the subscribe button there now. Hit the bell for future videos. And of course, if you're on X itself, scroll to the top. And hit the follow button, and we're going to be grow. You guys know I've had to rebuild my channel because I got unfairly taken down with my other channel. So the old HEX token channel, there were about 6,500 followers on there, which would probably be 12, 13 now by now. But we had to rebuild, right? Had to rebuild, and that's what we do. That's what we do. You get back on the horse, don't you? That's one of the lessons in life. Get back on the horse. I don't own a horse, but figuratively speaking. All right, so I don't have a cowboy outfit either. So give me a break. All right, so we got things going on. All right, so we got. I did used to own some kid cowboy guns and all that sort of stuff. The usual thing. Used to love that stuff. But anyway, moving on. We mustn't de-age or digress, whatever it's called. So let's have a quick look. We had a question on Tetra before we get into the project updates. And let me just have a quick look here to see what Stu's got and see what he's been talking about in the last couple of days. Let's see here. So obviously got the Tetra chart out at the moment. We haven't looked at that, but we'll try and probably try and do a bigger update on Tetra. I want to do that. The only problem is that it is downloadable on Windows, I believe, and not on Apple products. So I have to double check all that. There's quite a few little updates from him, so I won't be able to summarize them all in one go. So I'll have to go back and read all that. But the demo is out, guys. The demo is out. So that's pretty much it on the old Tetra. I don't know if we've got any Signum updates around that at the moment, but maybe I should just do a proper coverage of this maybe tomorrow or the next day. Signum, no, nothing updated on Signum there. Let's quickly check PUSD ALGO because that's going to flow on, right? It's going to flow on. And we know Jacob's doing a lot of stuff. PUSD, we know we've got Mafia, we've got on-chain bet and PUSD ALGO. Let's see, no updates there as well. The last update we have PUSD ALGO was on the 2nd of December. And the timeline was, let's see here. We have a reason to believe they say that PulseChain will soon receive an Oracle. We're talking about Signum Oracle there. Maybe another Oracle because there is another team working on something else, another Oracle, I believe. We used to further complete the PUSD ALGO. Signum is now closer than ever to enter mainnet testing and production. We are not the only protocol waiting for Oracle on PulseChain. It seems like more teams have now entered the space to try and solve the critical missing piece. So there's other stuff being worked on. We have confidence this will soon be available, that we can start implementation into our protocol. So still got to put, hook it in, the Oracle into their system, which shouldn't be too bad, but you got to test and everything else, I guess. So yeah, let's just see what that was. They're still moving forward, of course, with everything. They've made tokenomics and technology changes. They've got new technology, so that's kind of cool. They've done most of its stuff's audited. What else? They don't have any direct timeline because they're waiting for the Oracle. As soon as we have infrastructure we need, we will be able to give all of the timeline mainnet and net launch. So I guess that's around Signum Oracle, really. So we're probably looking at February is my guess before we get that timeline. So that's kind of a quick update there that I can see. What else do we got? Vinny in the house there. Hello, gang. Let's go PCock. Yeah, PCock absolutely crushing it today. We just fully covered that earlier. We got Fast Abdul from Vouch369. Give us the alpha drop, man. We're watching. We were talking about you just before. Am I here for the tech? You are here for the tech. So let us know how soon is soon for Vouch369 to launch multi-chain, guys. Multi-collateral liquidity fork, because as far as I understand, the first in the world and a big deal. And look at all the big projects that we've got launching at the moment in multi-chain. It is beautiful, and because that is the future. And of course, you want to bring a lot of that value back into PulseChain, right? So that's kind of cool. All right, so that is where we are right now. Let's jump into let's see whether Faster gives us a little bit of insight. We'll see. All right, so we get into it. Let's do it. Let's start off with True DeFi, which has been causing quite an amazing thing over the Christmas break, and that is investing in top tier protocols. Been absolutely impressive there. So let's have a look at the old True TX to bring that show home. We're gonna have a long show today. It's just the way it's going to be, guys. We're up to an hour and 30 minutes, but look. Let's just, we've got so much to talk about. Another day, says Neil. Neil, big shout out. Neil is a very well-respected community member, one of the leaders, management team in a True TX, as we might say. Another day and more pulse being distributed to miners. Come and earn more pulse on PulseChain with True 2x by True DeFi. And he's got the latest update here. Now, I did have one qualification from 2 days ago. The total PLS deposited 237 billion. Well, it's probably more around 70 billion or somewhere in that ballpark because this is from all sources. So compounding and other revenue coming in, all sorts of stuff, I think, from profits, etc. So just take note. But that's still amazing. Both numbers are still amazing. The deposits and the exact pulse there. Impressive results there. Total volume deposited $3.5 million. Average daily volume 15.8 billion. Average daily volume 237,000. These are totals. These totals are from all sources and not TVL, total value lock. So there we go. Impressive results though. The miners have been amazing. I think they've got a typo in here, but basically it's around 12,277. I think they've got an extra 7 there. So over 12,000 miners, amazing stuff there. And 4.24 billion pulse has been distributed, $63,000 on this daily card here. Now, I believe that we're up to day, let me see, is this the right number here? Yeah, I think so. I think it's the latest one I had. We'll just quickly go to Neil T-shares. I'm pretty sure it's the latest one. Just got to make sure that is. Yeah, that was the latest one. All right, so yeah, that is the results. I think we're on day 15. I think it's day 15, 16. Day 16. I didn't miss one yesterday. Is it day? Yeah, maybe it's 16, day 16. About that, day 16. Anyway, so SRE ownership. So that's basically their investment arm. So 40% of the pulse they get into the protocol goes to get invested in top tier protocols to earn yield, and that yield goes back into the True 2x process, right? The whole idea of True 2x is to get a 2x in pulse, to double your pulse value with a True 2x miner. So we've got 22.8% of Emmett Farm, which is one of pretty much, I guess, arguably our top tier farm on Pulse Chain, 22.8%. So they're earning EDI. So not earning Emmett tokens. The Emmett tokens are earning the pool. They're earning EDI. That's going back into the system there. So very, very cool. So that's kind of the idea there, 22. So last time I did an update 2 days ago, they were sitting at about 19.6%, something like that. So they're up at 22.83 now % of that pool. So there we go, earning EDI, kind of neat. All right, so that is the play. Let's jump over there at the moment on that. So that's True 2x. We'll keep an eye on that. We're going to talk a little bit more about it in the old monster thread coming up soon. Now, CoinMafia, this is the next big project we're looking forward to. But before we do that, we've got an update. Let's go back here. We've got an update here, guys. Let's see it. We got SMO says 100, 100, 100 on the old True 2x there, looking good. And what else you got there saying? Yeah, we got Vault coming up. Yeah, Pulse Jiu-Jitsu says Vault 369 code is done, guys. Doing testing. We will launch on Pulse Chain first. The token is live. Of course, you can buy Vault now on Pulse Chain. When we launch on other chains, it will be the Pulse Chain token bridged over to the new deployment. So what we call an omni-chain token, right? So there's only one supply on one chain, and it gets spread out onto other chains. Kind of bullish because you get supply sinks and more demand, right? More liquidity pools, more demand. So it's a win-win across the board there. So very exciting. So code is done on Vault. This is one of our big heavyweights, one of our big juggernaut projects coming to Pulse Chain. Very, very exciting. Doing testing now. Can't be more excited about that. Very, very cool. This is what we want to see, guys. We want top tier protocols launching that are heavyweights that are going to add significant TVL and also be of quality utility, right? So very cool. Way to go, says MSO. Well said there. So kind of cool. Should we give a clap? Sean says Vault up only. Vault up only indeed. Now, obviously, we've talked about that. So we talked about True 2x. We talked about LibertySwap. We talked about Vault. We talked about Tetra, Signum, and PUSD ALGO. Now let's talk about CoinMafia coming. A new form of a launch protocol, but extraordinary in the sense that it's going to be going to 375 chains with the new tokenomics, including refunds. Pretty crazy. This is going to be a lot of fun to see from Rack and Michelle, the biggest whale in Pulse Chain, and we're excited about where this is heading. So he's got here. He put out this little post out yesterday, and of course we've been following the journey of CoinMafia. And of course they are changing the game quite a bit. So they put this out 14 hours ago. I think this is the last update I did. Yeah, 18 hours ago. Probably missed a few from yesterday, didn't I? Let's see what I missed. Yeah, so I think we missed this one. We kind of covered a little bit there. We'll come back to that. And we were up here 18 hours ago. He says here, I believe CoinMafia will. I may have read. Did I read? No, I wasn't streaming yesterday. I believe CoinMafia will be the largest project to launch on Pulse Chain since the original cause. Woo-hoo-hoo! PLS, PLSX, Inc., and HEX. Why are all of you dead projects not rallying right now to defend your corporate honor? You have entire teams and millions of dollars, or did you already spend it? Mafia fam did it debt-free, zero monetary drag on the community. You do not abandon your project that is coming from someone that was involved in substratum. All you need to go is spend some time homeless. It will make you appreciate all the money you took from the Pulse Chain community to fund your projects and that you still abandon there. So there we go. That is from Rack and Michelle. Let's jump back up here. He then put this out 14 hours ago, and he said there are 2 VIP whitelist spots remaining for the official CoinMafia launch. If you're a legitimate major influencer and want to be considered, DM him basically. By major, I mean 250,000 real followers or more. Now, it's funny he says that because I have a very fine dandy list of top influencers in crypto. But DM by, I mean 250,000 real followers, not bots. Don't make the mistake of judging this company by my current follow count. Oh, and by the way, I am giving all the VIP their coins free, which was the breaking news we did 2 days ago. Remember that? That all the VIP were getting free coins. And so if you're in that community, get out, get loud, be proud, because you're very lucky to be in there. So make the most of it, spread the word. And that's what I do. You've got to amplify. All right, so even Ivan on Tech needs to take me very seriously right now. Now, we saw a couple of days ago, didn't we? Saw Ivan on Tech make at least 3 videos there talking about the all-time low of Pulse Chain. And so, yeah, Ivan, if you rather than shilling margin trading, time to get into good old spreading the word about CoinMafia. That's kind of the play. This could bless his socks off. Maybe Crypto Wendio stays out of the way, boys. This calls for a professional. How about at Crypto Man there? And I think that's Ran Nunez, and maybe you ask what's it, Mr. Colin Noor. And let's have a quick look there. Mr. Colin Noor, we've covered him before with me. I think he's one of Rackham Rochelle's friends there. And yeah, he's a pretty big influencer, 580,000 followers there, about me in private. So there we go. I'm open, no ego here. Like I said, DM him. So there we go. That is from Rackham Rochelle. CoinMafia said, who is worthy to join the family? Nice. All right, so that was the challenge or the opportunity. And then we got some other updates here around the allocation. So they make, surplus. When your token graduates, approximately 5.33% of the total supply remains in surplus tokens. This occurs naturally due to the bonding curve mechanics. Not all tokens are needed to match the liquidity pool ratio. And apparently they're going to be able to allocate these to either donate or claim or burn. So that's pretty cool. With this feature enabled, you'll be able to allocate. Let's just pause on. So yeah, with this feature enabled, you'll be able to allocate the surplus as follows. Unless you burn 100% of the surplus, at least 0.5% must be donated to Treasury. Remaining allocation can be split between burn, donate, and claim. So kind of cool on that one. Yeah, so very cool. There's a percentage allocation. So done very different from other pump tire type of launches. Now, you guys got to help me out because I've seen this video before because obviously it went quite viral. But let me know who it actually is because I don't know. Who is this guy? So Rackham Michelle says this guy just made the CoinMafia VIP list. So I know he's a sort of a viral guy doing viral videos, and this video is pretty awesome. Crazy video, but look at that. He's got the chicken. He's got a parrot. He's got the pig, and they're all eating and dancing and singing. So pretty crazy little, just the guy in his apartment. Not sure which country he's in, but it is kind of funny. So this guy just made the CoinMafia VIP list, and so yeah, let us know in the chat if you guys know who this guy is. I don't know. We got DJ and HEX in the house there, 5555. We got Clinchons in the house there. G'day, crew. Good to see you, Clinchons. Always a pleasure. And Hexvader says, like always, Superman putting in the work to put on a great show. Thank you for doing what you do. Always great news with the positive vibe, no drama, setting new demand. I appreciate that, Hexvader. Big shout out to you as well. MVS would appreciate one of those. What was that? I can't remember what it was. Was it a Lambo? I don't know. Was it a Lambo? I can't remember what I was looking at when you made that comment. We got Fast Abdul says, no, was it? No, it is French. It is French, says Fast Abdul. All right. So, yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but let me know. Let me know who it is. But that's from Rackham Michelle. So that leads us in. That's we did 5 major project ecosystem updates there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. LibertySwap leading the way, but we got some heavyweight players coming down the line, guys. We got some heavy. Feed the hog, yeah. Oh, feed the hog, yeah, it's true. Feed a heart with dog. Yeah, it's true, man. That's true. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's get into the monster thread, though. This is the main session for the day. Before we do, though, let's man, we've got a mega live stream going on right now. Are we doing 24 hours? Come on, baby. I don't know if we could do that, but we got an hour and 24 minutes. It is hot here in New Zealand. It is summer. It's 1 p.m. exactly in the afternoon. It's Tuesday, 6th of January, and we're rocking it on Pulse Chain and crypto. Pretty cool. All right. Let's see here. Let's get into the monster thread, guys. This is our hottest weekly news on Pulse Chain. Just came out yesterday, so it's hot off the press. MVS Crypto is the editor-in-chief. Big shout out to him. And, of course, he works very hard on this every week. He is also the promotional lead for the Kryptonite show, so big shout out for all the work he does there as well. Very cool. All right, so let's get into it, folks. Let's see what we've got here in store. So Pulse Chain's weekly monster thread, week number 35 or edition number 35. Richard's 2026 wishes. So we're going to find out what that means. Coinbase discussions, upcoming conferences, and much more. And of course, this week there was a sponsor, which was pretty awesome. Shout out to Emmett Farms. Of course, Kairos at Emmett Farms leading the way in innovation in Emmett Farms. And of course, you can earn EDI returns on single-side staking. You want to earn that. You see that True DeFi is going in there, 22.8% of the pool now. Pretty awesome returns. And of course, they also have popular farming options earning Emmett as well. So check out them all. They got most of the popular teams out there now in the farms. So join up today. We got Richard's wishes. Richard Hart wished everyone a happy new year, getting hundreds of wholesome reactions from community members. Now, there were so many people, obviously, during the New Year period, were putting wishes out there. So many influencers out there. So big shout out, Happy New Year to everybody out there in the community. It is a fun time of the year for sure. Family, friends, food, drink, fun, happiness, all that good stuff, adventures. It is all there. So pretty cool. Pulse Chain 2025 recap. So we had 007, so Triple Dad. Now, Triple Dad, as you guys know, is actually going to be, he's been working on a CoinWell and CoinArchy and some other protocols for Rack and Rochelle. So a big shout out to him, and he has been working in the background on that. So yeah, pretty fun. Last year, if you remember in the previous Monster Threads, we saw Triple Dad and the Rack and Rochelle team having a couple of dinners, and they're having fun doing that, probably talking about everything under the seat, including Lambos, green Lambos in particular. So kind of cool. Hosted a recap of Pulse Chain in 2025, and of course that was with Fast Abdul, Captain RG3, Joshua Wu, who's the director of CoinMafia, and of course Reinvent Ideal and Hexfire and BB Trip in there. So lots of influencers on there, and you can just see 6 of them there at the moment. So big shout out to that. It was a great show. Go check it out. 2025 recap on Pulse Chain. Kind of neat. What else? We have Aubrey de Grey. He deals with longevity science, and of course, he was a big player in the Pulse Chain PulseX sacrifice. I think it was with these. I think it was 25 to 28 million somewhere in that ballpark was sacrificed to the foundation. He shows his support to Richard Hart following his response to Brian Armstrong regarding a Pulse Chain coin listing. Now, Richard responded to Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. Now, remember, there are 3 main platforms in the United States that people typically come into crypto. Coinbase is one of them, right? So we also have, I think, Robinhood, and I'm not sure Binance USA is the other one. I think it might be. So we have those in play. I don't think I've missed one on those. But yeah, Brian Armstrong was talking about his priorities for 2026 at Coinbase. Grow everything exchange globally. So this was the big one, right? Grow everything, crypto, goodies, etc. And funny, Richard actually responded to that. And Richard said, since you're listing everything, give Pulse Chain a shot. It's had flawless operation for a few years. I wouldn't bother you, but since it's actually decentralized, there's no fancy entity to fill out your forms. So they're plugged there. Now, the fun thing about this is that that Richard had more reposts. Richard's had twice as many reposts. Now, engagement is kind of the holy grail in social media, and he has had 854 reposts compared to 431 for Brian Armstrong. And interestingly enough, even though he's had more views on his main post, 435, his engagement ratio is really low. You can look at Richard's 89,000 views, but twice as many reposts. So pretty crazy there. I think that's pretty neat. So kind of cool. Yeah, very, very cool. Lots of people in the community, of course. A lot of the big community people, influencers, etc., responding to that, so which is pretty nice. So very cool. All right, so that was from Aubrey de Grey, and if you're not familiar with Aubrey de Grey, that's a picture on there. There we go. That's on there. He's been at several HEX conferences, a friend of Maddie Allen's as well. So there we go. He says, this would be huge, Brian. You and Richard may not see eye to eye about everything, but you both care passionately about the longevity mission, and so do a large portion of those who have invested in Pulse Chain. Now it's time to work together. So there we go. That's a really great plug, isn't it? Really great plug from him. All right. So then we got into LibertySwap V2. Of course, we've talked about that a lot today. But of course, over the last week, the big news was that they launched V2. And V2 is a game changer because that means they don't really have to change the foundation contract anymore. They can just plug in DeFi and everything else into it, which is a game changer, right? So it's very, very cool. Launches V2 with public and private modes, DeFi hooks, and that's where you get all the DeFi lending, etc., everything else they want to put in it. And of course, privacy trades is kind of the main thing there. Now, we know that they have wrapped ETH already operational, but USDC is coming this week. I guess it's this week. Pretty exciting. So also announced a breakthrough approach to enable privacy payments across every blockchain. So now we've got this multiple chain. We're going to have this basically privacy pools across all the chains, and it's going to be able to be tradable, right? So that is a game changer. Very, very cool there with LibertySwap. So just keep on bringing the alpha there. Stake your pulse. Now for T-Shares course, talking about True DeFi, which we just covered. They're moving up and away there. So you definitely got to check out True DeFi there with 2x's pulse is the proposition. And it's ratcheting up 12,200 miles now, didn't we see? The Grays with Peri Banana. Peri Banana is just amazing. So big shout out to him. He's just rock solid, just keeps going. He gives really top tier, sort of analysis around PDC and UFO. PDC, of course, is the first DAO token. Both of these are reflection tokens, and UFO helps to feed the PDC. And he's just done a book. So released an educational book on Pulse Chain, from fundamental to advanced techniques in one place, available in hardcover, softcover, and ebook. So there we go. Big shout out to him. Check out the book today. The Greatest Currency, not bad. Building wealth while was it carving or curing? Carving? Oh, earning passive income. There we go. And Alien with his wife, Kieran wife there. We got Pulse Chain on Gecko, Crypto Princess. She's a wonderful female influence in the crypto Pulse Chain. She has a post with Pulse Chain showing Pulse now correctly ranked on CoinGecko, so it was great news on that one. I don't know if we got a list there, but there it is. Yeah, got a ranking now. Kind of cool. So Pulse Chain there, or at least Rat Pulse is listed properly. We got Fat Semi, another influencer Pulse Chain, amazing guy, and we've had him on the show before. Held at X Space with the XPR Nation entitled New Year Opportunities. So looking forward into the future. And he had Gelato there, Neil for T-Shares and DeFi Nation in there. First prediction market. So Pulse-Chain, I said to you, Pulse-Chain sneaking up with their DeFi ecosystem. They obviously recently, in the last monster thread, they'd gone over 700,000 in volume, but now they've just launched a new prediction market. I think this is the second prediction market after Jacob's prediction market that he had. I think it's got differences in it, like you can do, text-based questions. I'm not sure if you could do that in Jacob's. I think it was mostly price calls, if I remember rightly. But new prediction market on Pulse Chain for trading news, crypto, and entertainment, and more. So big shout out to Pulse Chain. If you want to, bet on some of the big questions, you can go to the site now and click on the predictions, see what's out there at the moment. So we've got Will Richard Hart live stream in 2026. We've got Will Pulse make a new all-time high in 2026. Will Pulse X launch in 2026, or ProofX launch in 2026. So there we go. We've got different percentages there. How much has been bet so far? Looks like we got what's that, $1,500, almost $2,000 in bets so far on those two. So obviously people are finding out about it, but that is pulsecn.io/predictions. So if you want to get someone in on some of the action, check it out. All right, so very cool. That's from PulseChain. We also have Pulse Chain Stats, and Pulse Chain Stats, relatively new, big player in the stats provision or information market on Pulse Chain, and bringing top tier stuff. I mean, it really is good. They've just launched a new multi-wallet portfolio tracker. Very, very cool with that. So they've got just about everything on there now. The track now, it's multi-wallet portfolio tracker as well. So congratulations to them. Very, very cool. Look at that, and they've got a list of everything they support. It's just about everything you could think of, just about, isn't it? So that is a little bit of an image there. Multi portfolio checker now. A lot of people have been asking for these products, and now they're here, which is kind of cool, and it's kind of free, right? So it's kind of neat. Now we've got a lot of conferences coming up. We've got the 6 HEX conference, Maddie Allen coming up, and that's got to be tomorrow, is it? I think it might be tomorrow, 6th to the 9th of January, and they'll have a long line of speakers there. I think we've got the HEX conference sheet out here. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's out. I thought they had. Let's have a look here. Do we got the actual timetable? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, 21 hours ago. 6th annual HEX conference is on. 6 years, guys, of HEX. Isn't that awesome? Let me know in the chat there if you were here on the launch day of HEX. How OG are you? You don't have to be OG, but were you there when the launch was about 6th to 3rd of December 2019? Tune in online this coming week for 4 nights of amazing speakers. So they got the tab here. Can you guys read that? Let me go to the full screen here if you guys can read that. You can't read the top part, but anyway, they got the opening day 1. They're going to have friendship at the beginning. I'm not sure what that means, but friendship. Then they have your friend Somi is talking first. So they got a big heavyweight influencer there for the opening. They're going to have 7 p.m. Central Time is going to be Tam Maddie Allen, Tam Reinvent Ideal. 8 p.m. Ben Sierra. Now, Ben Sierra, of course, does the HEX reports. You guys know that. It's one of our 3 quants, influencer quants, as we call them, or analytical influencers, as I say. We got 8 p.m. there. We got HEX topics, Hot Pearl, Gerardo, Big K, etc. HEX topics there in the afternoon or in the evening, 9 p.m. As well. Day 2, what have we got here? Let's pull out a few things. We've got a panel. Let's scroll down there. Panel there. We've got Brandon Davis in there with Switch. It's should be quite good. What else? And you've got HEX topics in the afternoon. Day 3, they've got Johnny Chaos and Crypto 7 opening up the day. Let's see what else. We've got Longevity with Already to Gray. HEX topics there with Hexologist and Cabana Crypto. Bucket Mentals in the late evening with ProveX and HEX on day 3. Day 4, which is the 9th of January. They're starting off with Zenith Die. I don't know who that is, actually. They got HEX panel on there as well with Cream the Dream, Fast Abdul, and Brazology. 9, they got socials and so forth. So, and then, yeah, they got a lot of people on the panel there, including Access Live, Toby Wan, and many others there. So, kind of check it out. There it is, the timetable there for the old HEX conference. All right, so that's on coming up very soon, probably within the next 24 hours. New Year analysts, we had Crypto Solve highlights the steady accumulation, particularly in the first couple of days of Pulse Chain. We had that rally, lack of dumps in the Pulse Chain. We have had a couple of dumpers, but we had a pretty good start to the year. We got Pulse promo pads. Adult Tarts, this is hilarious. Adult Tarts here, he's got 27,000 followers. He received a Pulse Chain promo doodle pad from Griffins, who's doing the dispatch there in the Hive in California. Wild SJ and others have been working there, helping dispatch all those hundreds of thousands of pads. Well, I think they're on a bit of a pause now. Just trying to decide who they're actually sending them to, but more designed or something like that. I could be wrong, but I think that was the case. And yeah, so he got this. He says, I just got this in the mail. What kind of scam is this? Or is it bullish? He got his iPad, which I thought was a lot hilarious. So that was pretty cool. But he got a lot of attention on that, which I think is pretty neat. Let's have a look and see. It was on the 30th of December. It's got 8,000 views on that so far. But yeah, the guys, the team, everyone reached out to him. So Crypto Coffee, everywhere, LibertySwap, everyone reached out to him. So he's well and truly knows that it's a good thing there. So pretty awesome. So, onboarding another influencer at a time, that's all you have to do, right? That's the whole idea. We also had Freedom. He shared a post of his last workout. 50 pounds he lost in 6 months. So if you need some inspiration about physical stuff, then losing weight in 2026, this could be a good one to follow. So well done to Freedom there. 50 pounds in 6 months is pretty good. ProveX, of course, RH Max is holding the first ProveX conference, and we also got the 6X conference. We've got the first ProveX conference for the 6th of February as well. So that's going to be launched. That's going to be live within the next 24 hours. That's RH Max, of course, a big influencer in the Pulse Chain community. There we go, ProveX conference on the mark, already hitting the ground running. And it's pretty crazy because it's a couple of days before the end of the sacrifice, right? So it's kind of neat in the final phase. Then we had the whitelist sponsor. We talked about that. Pretty amazing from Rack and Michelle. Announced personally sponsoring everyone in the course CoinMafia VIP whitelist ahead of its highly anticipated launch. So very exciting. We talked about that earlier. So pretty cool. Some honorable mentions. We've got KCC Crypto announces Plinko. It's a game, of course, if you've ever played it on casinos like Betfair or anything like that. Coming soon to Pulse Chain. Now, I think the demo is already up. I'm not sure if it's commercial or not, but you can check that out with KCC Crypto there. So you can play it already, I believe. St. Wolf Vision had a Pulse price target. Let's have a quick look at that. He's one of the big influencers in the Pulse Chain community as well. He had a price target on the 6th of January of 40132 on Pulse, and the Pulse price on the 30th was pretty much the same number. So congratulations to him on that prediction there. He's got some wiggly lines, but hey, look, he pulled it off, and you can't argue about that. And here's the evidence right there. He's got the chart there and up and away. In fact, Fast Abdul was on the show, so he's a witness as well, although we can kind of see it here. So there we go. Hit there. It's a bit of wiggly lines, but he got it right. And man, the arrow to the upside. Let's hope he gets that right too, right? That is exciting. So bring on 2026 there for the old Pulse Chain. Very, very cool. All right, that is St. Wolf. Hex Steiner polls. Do you still believe in Richard Hart and his coins? Obviously, with all-time lows in Pulse. What do people say? Well, 79% said yes, they still believe in Richard Hart and coins, and 20% said they don't. So there we go. There was 276 votes there from that poll. Now, we obviously have a lot of cool stuff in the Monster thread. That's all the news. We have incredible top tier protocols in the monster thread as well. Let's check out some of them. One of my favorites, of course, is the Heart with Dog, which is called Hog. And of course, that's a tradable token on Pulse Chain. Now, the interim series, we had the first season, Pulse of the Fallen season 1. We have now got the Chronicles. It's just wrapped up this week. The Chronicles of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. And we got some beautiful artwork. I mean, that's Richard Hart on a peacock there. And that is the main character, Hog, there, getting some, some tears there, some tears. I can't remember whose tears they were, but that is pretty cool. Peacock tears there, right? Mythical peacock tears. And of course, yeah, episode 7, the finale is out. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. You need to believe, it's called. And that's the truth for Pulse Chain, right? And I guess it's the message. You know, we're lucky to have an anime series on Pulse Chain that's dedicated to Pulse Chain. And of course, you need to believe. What a great start to the year with that kind of phrase. Get ready for the season finale explosion. The insane anime powers up from President Pump and mythical peacock tears from Richard Hart. Hog battles the six of the evil ones there to save the world. Will he win? So you got to check that out. He gets powered up. Look at that. Pretty cool. And of course, you got all the previous episodes from Chronicles, episode 1 to 6. Check that out as well. What else there? Yeah, Hog is trading on the markets. Check it out. But get into the socials and go say hello to Hog. These guys are wonderful people in there. So join up to their Telegram, guys, definitely, and follow them on X. Doing some amazing stuff there. And of course, the episode is amazing. You can check it out in the little video attached for episode 7 and the finale. Kind of cool. I won't, play the whole thing because you're gonna get to watch it yourself. Emmet, of course, has been exploding in price with True DeFi and the rest of the market jumping on it. So it's had a 7.5x in 17 days. Pretty amazing. Currently just above this price, actually, just below $2. You can see the chart's been absolutely grinding to the upside. Very, very cool. And of course, Emmet Farm, they're offering amazing returns. So you can obviously get EDI returns, you can get Emmet returns, and there's lots of the popular pools that you're after. So check out Emmet Farm today. Also, they've had some pretty big powerhouse partnerships lately. Tetra, we talked about that earlier. RhinoFi, and of course Dark. They're all there getting partnerships, collabs, and you can earn high APRs in those pools as well. So check those out as well. And of course, they've got other farms there. There's just a couple. They've got Vouch, Pulse, Peacock, EDI. So check all those out. There's heaps of farms, guys. Top tier protocols. Emmet Farms has been crushing it in the collab space. And you can pick up Emmet there on that contract. So kind of cool. So there's Emmet Farm going to the moon. Love it. Very cool. All right. So good stuff happening here. True DeFi, of course, we talked about that. 2x Impulse returns. These guys have actually been up and to the right on all this. Check it out. They do have a special deal on at the moment. So apparently you can score day one shares. So when you go in, you put your Pulse in, you get shares into the auction. Apparently you can get day one share rates at the moment. So definitely jump into the Telegram there with True DeFi. And that was going to give you the best yield return, right? So kind of cool. Double. Yeah, pretty neat there. So you got the links there to join in. But yeah, that is the big deal. How would you like the same share rate as day one depositors? True shares on sale. Scoop up tons per Pulse deposited. So nice. More shares equals more Pulse. There we go, guys. So check that out. That is from them. Now, they've got over 20 partners now, including Tetra, Emmet, Gelato, Randy Lasky's Note Token, Vouch. Are really cool. And of course, Emmet is a big deal. So check that all out. You got links if you want to join up there as well. But do recommend getting into Telegram with them. RhinoFi, just one of my favorite communities. These guys are just so good. They're good at everything they do. They really are great at marketing. They're just wonderful people in their RhinoFi. They've got the big treasury, which is called a combat token. So they've just got a whole ton of Pulse, and that is preserved well and truly for when Pulse goes up to the right. And they've got some amazing stuff that you also earn in the yield there as well, in sweet Pulse divs. So not bad there. Check out all the numbers, looking pretty good. Stats so far, 25 plus LP pairs. They got 60K plus in liquidity, 700 plus in the community now, and over 1 billion in rewards distributed, with 256 million Rhino burned as well. So they're really delivering on their tokenomics. So check it out. And they've also got a pool in Emmet Farm as well, which we saw earlier. So RhinoFi there, earning some nice APRs. 2 pools actually available there in Emmet Farm. So check that out too if you got some Rhino. Looking pretty good. Some good metrics there as well. And they're amazing. I love the RhinoFi team. One of my favorites out there. Very cool. What else we got in here? We got the ultimate powerhouse with Plus X. We talked about that with Vouch being the biggest validator. Well, Pulse Plus X with their validator X, they're also pretty big, and they're sitting at about 4,000 validators. Look at that. Pretty amazing stuff there. So check out, they've got a whole ecosystem there, including Up and UpX, LPX there for liquidity. AMM pools. So they've got lots of product suites in there. And now, if you guys remember Haunted, used to be way back with Liquid Loans used to launch, and he used to have all these strategies for Liquid Loans. Well, he's gone in and helped set this up with his partners there. Pretty cool. And they've got perpetual buy and burn products. Lots of cool things happening there with that plus X crew. So big shout out to them. And then, of course, the conference is on for ProveX. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, but it's on the 6th of February. It's already here. RH Max setting it up. Pretty cool. And we'll look forward to the speakers there. And what will their theories be about ProveX? Because it's only got a couple of days to go. So let's pull up the old ProveX. Before we do that, though, let's post in the whole thing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to share around the old Monster thread. It's great for new people, great for people that are busy to share around. So Monster thread number 35 weeks, guys, of Pulse Chain awesomeness. So definitely check it out, share it around. I'll also post it on X as well. Bam, there we go. What else there? We got to try the Phantom wallet, says Pulse Bitcoin. Absolutely, for the old Solana chain there. Love Pulse X, Plus X, sorry, says SMO. Yeah, it's a pretty popular. And that is the link there to the Monster thread. So share it around, give it a good read if you want to go through some other stuff there. It's got all the links, tied in there, so you can follow everything that we talked about there. That's all the hottest news in the last week on Pulse Chain. And there's 35 editions now, which is pretty awesome. If you're a team and you want to get yourself on there, let us know. Hit myself up or MVS Crypto, and we can help you out with that as well. Monster thread is a professional publication that anchors the Pulse Chain, really, with the news. All right, so let me just jump into the last bit here. I just wanted to jump into, we're on the show here. Let's go to the live show. And let me scroll down here, and we're going to post that there as well. So there we go. Bam. If you're on the X, you can see the Monster thread right there, and hit the repost button. Help out there. All right, kind of cool. Let's jump into ProveX. Well, we've just crossed over another day, right? So the first day with the volume rank bonus, we have already crossed in, and we have the flat rate was at $7.85. Now we've crossed over from the first day of the third phase, which is the flat rate. There's no volume rank bonus now. We're now in day 56, so the rate's gone up massive. I mean, look at that. It's gone $7.85 to $8.35, and it's day 56. There's only 1, 2, 3 days left after that, guys. It's almost finished. And of course, they've got the ProveX conference on during this day, I guess, coming up the next day or two. Pretty crazy. We're at $20.286 million, which is pretty good. I think we were at 16.4 million yesterday, right? Is that where we were at? 16.4 the day before? I can't remember what I took a snapshot, didn't I? Somewhere I took a snapshot. Where did my snapshot go? Is this one here? I can't remember. 16.2, 16 and a quarter. Yeah, I think we were about 16.4 million with 320 billion points. So we've gone up to 20.286 million and 329 billion. So that's pretty crazy. Let's have a look at the, let me see, refresh this because that didn't quite render properly. Yeah, we've got no change in any of the leaders here from memory. But we've had a big jump in the old millions of dollars here, so I'm not sure where that's come from. It's come from the Ethereum side, so it's probably the ETH that we're expecting, right? So the OA wallet could be on the move, right? That's the play. I'm not sure whether Crypto Solver, someone's talked about that, but that is what looks like what we're getting happening here, because we've just jumped up another almost $4 million. So a pretty big deal. Now I've got my snapshot. Where did I go? It doesn't have it on that one. Let me jump over. Have I got it on this one? Let me have a look. No, not that one. Where's that jumping in on, actually? Let me have a look. It's not even. Is it not even showing up on the leaderboard there? 15.363. It must be a lot of individual accounts, maybe 150. That looks pretty much the same. So let's jump over to. Let's get me my other screenshot. Just a moment. I got the US dollars. So yeah, we're at 11.8 million on the Ethereum side. The Pulse Chain side's not really changed, but we were about 11.8 million on Ethereum. They're now at 15.8. So that's almost $4 million there coming. And this is not really rendering the ETH that's come in, but this is coming in. It's not really rendering. That's no problem. Yeah, so it's not really helpful there. So that's kind of the play on that. Now, I'm not sure whether Crypto Solver's pulled up something on this. Maybe he has. let's quickly look so we can wrap up the show with the best information possible. Crypto Solve. I'm not sure if that's going to come up there. It's Crypto Solve. It's not coming up there. I don't know where that is. Where is it? It's not coming up. I might have misspelt there, but we might check that out for tomorrow. But there definitely looks like OA stuff coming in now, right? We'll see how high it gets. That's the question. Will it take us all the way? All the way. It's just not showing up, so that may be designed. Hide the OA. That's just probably the case, right? So it's all privacy, right? Privacy there. All right, so it comes into the pool, but I don't know. But there we go. It's showing up on the stats. So we've still got 4 more days to go, and it's I guess it's still going to come in and maybe take up, I don't know, 85 to 95% of the total supply. So that's the play. All right, so kind of cool. I think we'll leave it there. Don't know if anyone else has made any comments about that. Maybe we'll have a quick check. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another go. All right, let's do one more check here. I'm just doing this topic on the fly, so I wasn't anticipating talking about it, but hey, here we are. ProoxX SAC attracted thousands of ETH today, and the phase is ending soon. Yeah, there we go. So it is happening. Fast Abdul was talking about it. 5 ways Richard Hart could use ProoxX to pump Pulse Chain. He's talking about that too. So big shout out to Fast Abdul. He's just put a post out on that. Who else has got a post? 1 hour ago, Justin, there has been 8 fresh funded Tornado Cash wallets with 1,000 ETH in total. So it's kind of cool from Pulse Chain Stats. Let's bring that up. No need for me to hog it. Talking about hog. We got Justin. There has been 8 fresh funded Tornado Cash wallets with 1,000 ETH in total. That just sacrificed for ProoxX. This indication that the OA is getting involved right after volume bonuses come to an end. 9.7 million has been sacrificed so far. Well, we saw that's over 20 million now. So it's on the move. Kind of cool. What else? That is what else we got going. Let's see here. DeFi guy just in hundreds of ETH. This is 2 hours ago. Hundreds of ETH every minute getting sacked to ProoxX. Kind of cool. Through Tornado Cash coming out the other side. Nice. 1,300 ETH now from RuneSkis. Keeps pouring in. Will it come through ProoxX sacrifice? All 500 mil? No, not all 500. What did I expect? It just depends on how much percentage, right? So 16.4 million at the current. Well, it's actually the points. So 320 billion. How many points does he need to get for that, right? So that would determine the amount of ETH. I'm not going to calculate it. Try and calculate it on live stream, but that's not too difficult to calculate if you had a spreadsheet. But that is where we are. So yeah, 99 ETH. So all the ETH coming in there, guys. What else? OA has entered the ProoxX sacrifice. Yep. Total supply dynamics are about to shift right now. Being a whale means holding 3.2 billion coins. Yeah. Kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know why we're getting Venezuela stuff in there, but that is kind of some of the big stuff right now on that. So I don't know if Richard put anything out about that. No, nothing at the moment. So that is some of the news. So thousands of ETH coming in through, and we expect that to continue, I guess, over the next few days. All right, maybe a lot of it today. Maybe now that they've started, maybe a lot of it will just happen today with the better rate. Doesn't really matter too much, I guess, but that is the play. All right. What else? I think we did have a cool thing there from Fast Abdul. He did put out a good post. Let's go see what I could talk about it, but that just to wrap things up. Let's see there. Let's quickly go through that, shall we? How are we up to time? An hour and 53 minutes. We might as well wrap up at 2 hours, right? That's we've gone so far now. Let's do it. So an hour and 53. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the follow button. Join Strategy Club. Links are in the video description and pinned to the top of X. Fast Abdul just put this out, so big shout out to him. 5 ways Richard Hart could use ProoxX to pump Pulse Chain. This isn't a prediction. It's more of a thought experiment. But the more you think about it, the more it feels very on brand. A lot of people assume Pulse Chain's challenges are technical. Fees, throughput, features, adoption. That's not really it. Pulse Chain already works. It's fast, cheap, and complete. The real bottleneck is flow visibility and how capital moves. Big wallets are easy to track. Bridge activity is easy to analyze. Intent links everywhere, which leads to bad behavior. And if there's one person who understands that to know better than anyone, it's Richard. That's where ProofX starts to get interesting. Number one, ProofX turns off-chain money into on-chain fuel. ProofX won't just be an app you use; it will be infrastructure others build on. Its core, ProofX lets real-world payments generate cryptographic proof, or that smart contracts can react to. That means real money flows can trigger on-chain actions. Funds arrive already verified. Trust gets replaced with math. Every ProofX transaction takes a 2% fee that's used to buy and burn ProofX. So every dollar of activity creates demand, removes the supply, and tightens liquidity. If ProofX gets attention, PulseChain gets attention automatically, because to use it, people have to touch the chain. Number two, incentivize ProofX usage creates a smokescreen of transactions. Let's talk incentives. Base costs already exist. ProofX fee 2% of total transaction. They used to buy and burn. PulseChain bridge 0.3% to exit, 0% to enter. And now imagine the first 90 days after ProofX launches, use part of the sacrifice pool to rebate roughly 1.1% on each side of ProofX transaction, which happens immediately. Both sides are still net positive. Volume ramps instantly. ProofX still buys and burns in every trade, but the real effect isn't just volume, it's noise. Historically, when Richard has tried to move capital or support price levels, traders have watched his wallets like hawks. They front run, they position ahead of him, they extract alpha before his intent even finishes executing. That's not theory, that's happened repeatedly. ProofX changes the terrain. Instead of a handful of identifiable wallets moving funds, you get tens of thousands of wallets using the same rails in the same way. Not mixes, not obfuscation tricks, just massive legitimate activity. That creates a smoke screen, and at scale, wallet clustering breaks down, wallet style analysis loses confidence, intent becomes statistically buried in normal flow. Within weeks, tracking shifts from that's Richard to someone among thousands. That gives him something he hasn't really had before: freedom to act without every move being front run. He can support price, can inject liquidity, he can move volume. As we're about to enter a game-changing phase, guys. Not just with ProofX, but also with LibertySwap, right? So it's pretty crazy. It all blends into the background activity instead of lighting up every wallet watcher's dashboard. And of course, add in a few months of usage and something else happens: habit formation. People don't stop using rails that work. Number three, ProofX quietly creates a real OTC, or over-the-counter industry, on PulseChain. OTC is where serious money moves, but today OTC usually means Telegram DMs, screenshots, and trust. ProofX replaces that with cryptographic verification. Payments can be proven before assets move. That unlocks safer, larger trades, lower slippage, high confidence, more capital willing to engage. PulseChain could become a preferred OTC environment without ever marketing itself that way. And more OTC flow there is, the more OTC flow there is, the harder it becomes to tell who's behind any single trade. And we're excited about it. I think that's going to be a real game changer on the old PulseChain value story there. Number four, ProofX enables buy-side liquidity, invisible sell walls. With enough ProofX activity, something interesting becomes possible. Buy-side liquidity can be provided through ProofX itself. That means supporting key price levels, absorbing whale exits, and creating an effective sell wall. This all feels like this is going to be hooked into LibertySwap, doesn't it? This whole thing. All routed through ProofX, all blending into normal activity instead of leaving obvious on-chain fingerprints. Whale sell, liquidity absorbs it. From the outside, it just looks like normal flow. In theory, even OA side buying could happen this way. Whale exits get absorbed directly without anyone knowing who was on the other side of the trade. Sells get absorbed by the OA. No signaling, no panic, no obvious intervention. Number five, if ProofX pumps, and PulseChain pumps with it, this part is mechanical. ProofX is expected to have bonded liquidity with other core PulseChain tokens. That means when ProofX demand rises, liquidity pairs deepen, value propagates outward, price action transmits across the ecosystem. On top of that, ProofX acts as an attention funnel. We could do with a lot of attention. Anyone reads it? Attention. We got anyone researching ProofX inevitably discovers PulseChain, PulseX, HEX, and the broader ecosystem. Liquidity is bonded, eyeballs transferred, narrative spread. ProofX doesn't need to advertise PulseChain. It routes people there naturally. Costs are fixed, incentives are temporary, buy and burns are permanent. The sacrifice pool bootstraps usage. The protocol sustains itself, not hype, not camouflage, infrastructure strategy. I don't know if this is Richard Hart's plan, but it feels like it could be there. And there we go. I'm sure Richard again lost a little weight there, but anyway, there's the money flying from the king. The king in for glory there. So that is from Faster Dog. So we're going to have the repost button on that one. Nice work there. Was it nice work? Nice work. Work and insights, I guess. Oh, oh damn it! All right, there we go. All right, bam, there we go. That is it. Very good. So that's the wrap up our show. That was a big finish there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so that's 2 hours, guys, and we've got a lot of people watching it. I appreciate it, and you guys are amazing. 2 hours. I haven't done a live stream that long for some time, but it's a privilege. The new year, guys, 2026. You feel it. Things are just looking real good. So yeah, it turns out 2025 was a bear year, and bull year is upon us. So enjoy. Lots of cool things coming. All right, don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Catch you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to share around the Monster Thread, guys. It is a beauty, and lots of good stories in there today. So spread it around far and wide. All right, take care and enjoy yourself. Bye for now.